It's great to be back on the Buzzcast. Thanks to my colleagues for stepping in and seamlessly bringing you all the news you need to know. This is your morning Buzzcast for Friday, August 1st. Yes, the first day of August. I'm Abe Madkour. If you didn't watch it, try to. But I want to give kudos to NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell, who spoke with an obviously very heavy heart on Thursday night, speaking about the horrific events at the NFL headquarters in New York City earlier this week. Goodell stayed back in New York City rather than be in Canton as he attended the funeral of the lost police officer who worked in the NFL's building and was killed during those horrific attacks. Goodell has led all week in holding his scared office staff together in the aftermath of their building's lobby, elevators, and floors being penetrated by a killer. Goodell stressed in Thursday night's interview that the whole league was heartened by the public support for the league office and that his focus is on protecting and securing his staff and the league office. It was real leadership displayed by Roger Goodell all week. You want to talk about a pretty heavy news day? Well, how about the last day of July, July 31st, Thursday? It was around 5:45 Pacific time. On Thursday, I was heading up to LAX when I got a call that news was breaking that Fox was set to acquire 1/3 of Penske Entertainment. They are owner of the IndyCar series and the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. The news was first reported by the Wall Street Journal, which cited sources valuing Fox's investment at between $125 to $135 million. Now, this was not a total shock to the industry, as it's been known for some time that Roger Penske was looking for investors for Penske Entertainment and IndyCar. But in landing Fox, this is about as ideal a partner as Penske Entertainment could ask for. And as part of the agreement, Fox's media rights deal for the IndyCar series has been extended for several years. And you will see Fox not just be a media partner, but bring other benefits to bear. You could see Fox working with IndyCar and Penske Entertainment on sponsorship ideas and inventory, on merchandise, on ticket sales and strategy, on event experiences. And you are going to see more and more media companies and sports leagues forming alliances. Remember, Fox is already a partner with the Big Ten on the Big Ten Network. They're a co-owner on the United Football League. We have talked about the NFL possibly investing into ESPN. You have ESPN investing in the Premier Lacrosse League. And so you'll continue to see more of these types of relationships because leagues and media companies have mutual interest to support each other as sports continues to drive viewership and revenue. Big story number 2 on Thursday was around the United Football League, or the UFL. I recently asked a longtime NFL executive if spring football could ever be successful. They didn't waste a second before saying, nope, it won't ever work. Well, don't tell that to the leaders of the UFL, which on Thursday announced a major new investor, Mike Rapoli. He's from Body Armor and Vitamin Water. He has bought a big stake in the Spring Football League, and he will control its business operations. He believes he can make the changes that will boost local interest in each of the 8 markets. He partially confirmed reports that the league will move franchises, saying at least 2 of the 8 current UFL teams will move into new markets this offseason. He said the league has also signed an agreement to play in Columbus in the facility owned by Haslam Sports Group. So that's an interesting tie to have an NFL owner become a home to a UFL team. So Rapoli joins Fox Sports, Redbird Capital Partners, ESPN, The Rock, and Danny Garcia as shareholders. Russ Brandon will continue as president of the UFL. Remember, the UFL formed between a merger of the USFL and XFL in 2024. TV viewership has been fine. They really need to boost in-market, in-venue attendance. Rapoport says he is going to focus on boosting attendance, and he knows it will not be a profitable venture in the near term, but he does believe he can grow spring football, and I don't bet against Mike Rapoport. He is best known for selling two companies he founded, Glaceau and Body Armor, to Coca-Cola in separate deals for nearly $10 billion. He is now the majority owner of the athletic brand No Bull, and now he becomes a major investor in spring football and the United Football League. Story number 3 on Thursday. My colleague SBJ's Tom Friend reported that the NBA is pursuing franchise fees of more than $500 million for its prospective NBA Europe division. The league's preferred number is nearly close to $1 billion, anywhere between $500 million to $1 billion for a franchise fee for NBA Europe. Commissioner Adam Silver, Deputy Commissioner Mark Tatum, they've been in Europe all this week for talks with prospective shareholders. And timing is going to be very interesting here. Many sources tell me NBA Europe is on the fast track. Now, Adam Silver has said it's likely 2 or 3 years away. But the league wants to move quickly. Why? Because, yes, we continue to hear the drumbeat of LeBron James's business partner, Maverick Carter, working on a possible international league that would be backed by Saudi Arabia's public investment fund. Maverick Carter is an advisor to this group. So the discussion in many NBA circles is that the league is trying to move quickly to box out any potential startup international league backed by the Saudis. Meanwhile, you may ask, why is the NBA interested in this league anyway? Well, they believe there's a lot of revenue here. They believe they can operate these franchises more successfully, more efficiently. NBA Europe will include EuroLeague franchises that NBA officials believe are not really run as effective businesses. And there's a lot of untapped commercial growth, a lot of upside here. That's why they think they can lean in and become even better operators and generate a lot of new revenue. Story number 4 on Thursday, a big hire in college sports that will have everyone talking today, as Stanford has moved to hire former Nike CEO John Donahoe as the school's new athletic director. He's replacing Bernard Muir, who stepped down in February after being in the job for more than a decade. But you guessed it, as to why this hire is intriguing. The 65-year-old Donahoe has broad business experience, but none specifically in college sports. We knew that Stanford was looking at this hire very differently, and they landed someone who is incredibly different and new when it comes to college athletic director department jobs. He's a veteran CEO. He was at Nike, Bain & Company, eBay. Yes, he is a Stanford alum. He's very active on the campus, and he will serve as almost a CEO type, helping to grow and build the athletic program. He's going to work with football's general manager, Andrew Luck, of course, but he also needs to focus on raising enough revenue and putting in a successful structure to maintain Stanford's amazing history in Olympic sports. The bottom line, this is another hire from the outside that changes the role of the athletic director to become a larger CEO type, with respective sport general managers handling the nuts and bolts of athletics. And finally, we'll end with this. Think the Atlanta Braves have had a busy summer? Well, they hosted the All-Star Game, and this weekend they're part of the Speedway Classic, and it's going to be incredibly impressive at Bristol Motor Speedway, as Saturday's MLB Speedway Classic is likely to draw a Major League Baseball regular season record crowd of close to 90,000 fans. Yes, I'll say that again, 90,000 50,000 fans. There are a lot of firsts. It will be the first MLB game played in Tennessee. It will mark the first time a professional baseball game has ever been played at a professional race car track. MLB will also incorporate NASCAR-themed elements throughout the event. Baseball is hoping this will be a big draw for younger fans. They see these type of huge events as bringing in new, young fans to the sport. And while it's technically a home game for the Cincinnati Reds, it's going to look and sound a lot like a Braves home game. They're really leaning in to the connection between the Braves fan base and NASCAR. You're going to want to check this out. The layout, the structure, the design, what they have done at Bristol Motor Speedway looks so impressive. It's certainly going to be fun to watch on Saturday. And so that is your morning Buzzcast for Friday, August 1st. I'm Abe Madkour. Thanks for listening. Stay healthy. Be good to each other. I'll speak to you next week.